welcome to Barbershop Books story time with Alvin Irby. That's me. Today we're reading a cool story. It's called Peter's Chair. Now, let's take a look at the book cover. What do you see? I see a little boy who's standing and he's looking at a chair. Do you see it? It's right here, and it's purple. Do you see it? And there's also a little baby. Do you see the little baby? Right here. Well, I think that both of those two things are clues about what this story is about. Are you ready to get into it? Me too. Okay. Today's story is called Peter's Chair. And look, on one of the pages, it has a picture of a little wiener dog. Do you see it? It's right here. He's kind of just chilling on the floor. And then there's a stack of something. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. They look like blocks. Lots of different blocks. There's even a little teddy bear right here. I bet that's something that Peter created. Today we're reading Peter's Chair. All right, let's hop into the story. Peter stretched as high as he could. There! His tall building was finished. So that's what was going on. Do you see Peter? The little boy right here. He's building a tall structure. Do you like building things? When I taught kindergarten and first grade, we always had different types of blocks in our classroom. So during, free play time or free choice time, students would choose to build blocks sometimes. It can be a lot of fun, but you have to be careful if you're building a tall structure, because what can happen if it gets too tall? It could just, and all the blocks could fall over. So you have to be really safe if you build something really tall with blocks. Well, as you can see, Peter loved to build. All right, let's see what else is going on. Crash! Down it came. Down what came? You know what crashed. Shh! Called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Why do you think Peter's mother told him, shh? We have a baby in the house. What's going to happen if Peter makes a lot of noise and there's a baby in the house? I think that if Peter gets really loud, he makes a lot of noise, he's going to wake up the baby. And the baby might start crying. Who knows? But his mother said, shh. If you have a little baby who lives in your house, I bet that your mother or dad or someone has probably said to you, shh, the baby is sleeping. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. Do you know what a cradle is? A cradle is it's like a bed, but for a baby. So it's really small, and it's made so that it can fit a really small baby. That's my cradle, he thought. And they painted it pink. Oh man, Peter is not happy because he saw his mom with the cradle, but it wasn't just any cradle. It was his old cradle. And it looks like his parents painted it pink. Why do you think his parents painted his cradle pink. Do you think that Peter still sleeps in a cradle? Look how small it is. Probably not, but his parents painted it. So even though he hasn't used it in a really long time, because he's too big to fit into a cradle. A cradle is like a small little bed for a little baby. But they painted it pink. Why do you think his parents painted it pink? I think that maybe Peter's has a little sister. And so his parents painted the cradle pink. Maybe because they think that a lot of girl babies like pink. You can also be a girl and not like pink. You could like blue. You could like a lot of different colors. And you could be a boy and you could like pink. There are all types of colors and we like different colors. My favorite color is green, but my favorite color to wear is blue. I wonder what your favorite color is. Is it yellow? Is it purple? Is it sky blue? That's like a light blue. All right, I'm sorry. Let's get into the story. Okay. Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint your sister's high chair? It's my high chair. Oh, wait. He didn't scream it. He whispered it. He said, it's my high chair. Look, there's a man, a really tall man, and he's painting the chair. Do you see it? What color originally is the chair? It looks like a dark purple. Do you see it? But what color is he painting? What color is he painting it? He's painting it pink. And guess what? Remember how Peter said that the cradle was his? Well, guess what? I think this high chair used to be his too, but they're painting it pink. So it's kind of like some of the stuff in the house that used to belong to Peter when he was a baby or when he was small. Now his parents are painting it all pink so that they can give it to his sister. How do you think Peter feels? Do you think he's excited to see all of the stuff that he had when he was a baby get painted pink? I do not think that Peter is happy. In fact, I think he might be a little jealous of his little sister because she's getting all of the stuff that used to belong to Peter. He saw his crib and muttered, "My crib! It's painted pink too!" Not far away stood his old chair. "They didn't paint it yet," shouted Peter. What do you think Peter is going to do with his chair? They already painted his crib. They already painted his old cradle. There's only one thing left that hasn't been painted yet. Do you see it? It's a chair. It's Peter's old chair. Now, if you don't remember, his dad is doing all the painting. He's painting all of Peter's old stuff pink. What do you think Peter's going to do with his chair? He doesn't want his dad to paint his old chair pink. So he picked it up and ran to his room. So Peter grabbed his old chair and he is running as fast as he can to make it to his room because he doesn't want his dad to paint his old chair pink. And look who's running behind Peter. Do you see? There's a little wiener dog and it's running right with Peter. I wonder where in his room he's going to hide his old chair. Where could a chair fit? Could it fit under the bed? No, that's too small of a space. Maybe he can fit it, his old chair, maybe he can fit it in the closet. And if he closed the door, then maybe no one will see it. Where else could you hide a little chair? Maybe you can put it behind a big chair and then no one would see it. I wonder where Peter's going to hide it. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Oh no. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. Run away? Oh no. He definitely should not run away. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. So Peter doesn't want his old chair to be painted pink. So he said he's going to run away with the chair and he's going to run away with his dog Willie. Do you think he should run away just because he doesn't want his chair painted pink? I don't think he should run away. Maybe he should tell his parents that he maybe wants to keep the chair. Do you think his parents would let him keep his chair? What will his little sister sit in? Because look how big Peter is. Do you see how big he is? But look how small the chair is. It's much too small for him to sit in because he's gotten bigger. They went outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. So Peter, he went right out in front of their house. And guess what? The picture that we saw on the front of the story, for all of you who are just tuning in, today we're reading a story called Peter's Chair. And it's a story about a little boy who's gotten bigger, but all of his old stuff, his crib, his cradle, and even his chair, they're too small for him. And what do you think his parents are doing? They're painting everything pink. And Peter does not like it. But if you look closely on the book cover, there's a little picture of a baby. And guess who it is? It's Peter when he was really, really small. So Peter said that he decided that he's going to sit in his old chair for a while. Do you think that Peter should sit in this tiny, tiny chair? What would happen if a big kid sat in a really tiny chair? Would they be squished? Or maybe the chair would just go psh. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So Peter said he's going to sit down in his chair for a while, but look what happens. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. And look, he can't even sit in the chair because he's too big. He won't even fit at all. And look, his dog Willie is looking. He's like, you can't fit in the chair. Well, actually, the dog probably just went because dogs can't really talk. So let's find out what happens next since Peter can't sit or fit in his old chair. His mother came to the window and called, "Won't you come back in? Peter, dear, we have something very special for lunch." Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear, but Peter got an idea. I wonder what his idea was. And look, you can see his mom. She's talking to him through the window. I guess she's talking to Willie, his dog, too. Do you see his wiener dog, Willie? It's right here. And what does he have? He has a bone. Let's see what else is going on. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. That rascal is hiding behind the curtain, she said happily. Remember, Peter said that he had an idea. And look, what do you see behind the curtains? I see two little what? What are those? Two little shoes. So his mom knows where he's hiding. Do you see her? She's looking. Peter thinks he's good at hiding, but his mom saw him. She moved the curtain away, but guess what? He wasn't there. So guess what Peter had done? He actually put his two shoes right under the curtain to trick his mom, to make her think that he was actually hiding behind the curtain. But he wasn't hiding behind the curtain. It was just his shoes. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, look what Peter says. He says, "Here I am," shouted Peter. So when his mom looked behind the curtain because she saw his shoes, all of a sudden, Peter just hopped up from behind this dresser. And he said, "Here I am." He tricked his mom. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. "Daddy," said Peter, "let's paint the little chair pink for Susie." Wow. Look, Peter gets to sit in an adult chair. Like he sits in a grown-up chair next to his dad. How do you think that made Peter feel to be able to sit in a grown-up chair right next to his dad? I remember sometimes when all my family would get together, sometimes the children would sit over here and then the adults would sit somewhere else. And man, when I got a chance to sit with the adults, I felt like a grown person almost. So I bet that Peter felt really excited to be able to sit in a grown-up chair with his dad. And he even offered to do what? To paint his old little chair pink for his new sister, Susie. And guess what? And they did. That's exactly what they did. Peter helped his dad paint his old chair pink for his new little sister, Susie. So at the beginning of the story, and look, you can even see his dog Willie kind of walking away. At the beginning of the story, Peter did not want any of his stuff painted pink for his little sister because it was his stuff. But Peter got way too big for his old crib and his old cradle and his old chair. And in the end, Peter actually helped his dad to paint it pink for his little sister, Susie. Well, guess what? That's the end of today's story. Thank you so much for listening and watching Barbershop Book Storytime and our story, Peter's Chair. If you want to learn more information about our organization, visit our website, barbershopbooks.org. We would love to hear book ideas from you, or maybe you can just donate so that we can keep doing this important work. Well, until next time, bye.